Hey everybody! If you know, I have mentioned Canvas before on this channel, probably more than once, and it's because it's a fantastic game that takes about half an hour for 1 to 5 players. It's so shareable and just really cool and dynamic, a game that a lot of players probably haven't seen before. So along with the beauty that this game offers, there are 2 expansions. Now, this video is going to be dedicated mostly to Reflections, which is the first expansion to the base game. And then at the very end of this video, I'm going to talk about that second expansion, Finishing Touches, which is going to campaign this fall. So stay tuned. The really great thing about Canvas is that turns are relatively short, and the game is so short because players have one of 2 choices on their turn. They can take one of the cards that's on display in the central playing area, some of which might have an extra cost, but you take a card and you just add it to your collection of up to 5 cards, or you create a painting with 3 of those collected cards. That's it. It's so easy, it's so straightforward, it's streamlined, yet your choices are really interesting, and the way that you put these panels together, because they are transparent, is really cool. So the game as just an idea, a concept, those basic mechanics, and just the choices on your turn work really, really well to make a lovely half-hour game. Now, what Reflections offers this game is some more of the goal cards. Now, what those are ways for players to score their paintings, because what do you go for? What do you actually collect? What kinds of paintings are you going to put on display? Well, players have to look at the 4 cards that are at the very top of the board that say that they're looking for very certain kinds of things like composition or brushwork or artistry or color or symbols. And they're going to tell you what you have to have on your card to display to earn a ribbon. And Reflections adds more of those. So now you can mix those cards in with the base game and have even more choice every time you pick 4, because that means you are getting a different combination every time. Another thing that Reflections offers is a gold ribbon, and gold ribbons are just another way to earn points. And instead of the silver ribbons in the base game, gold ribbons are worth 3 points at the end of the game. Those silver ribbons or gray ribbons are worth just 2. Now, the thing about the gold ribbons is that when you see that icon, it needs to be adjacent on each side with the matching symbol that it says inside the description. So you see a gold ribbon, and you don't just get one. It has to be adjacent to any number of, let's say, triangles. And if you have said triangles, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky, who knows if you could get 4. I mean, that's obviously the best, but you'll get a gold ribbon for every triangle that's on the other sides of that gold ribbon. Really, really cool. I like that feature. I like it a whole lot. So that's something that just adds the flavor with the same kind of things that you've been going for anyway in the game. So it's a lovely, lovely add-on. And then I'm going to say the next coolest thing that this game offers, and I know I'm kind of burying the lead here, is that these transparent art cards that you are collecting now are mirror images. You can flip them over, and the symbols are going to be the same that show on the other side. They're just going to be different colors that line up with the same color scheme going from left to right. So when you look at just all the colors that are available, always in the left side there's a red color, then it's yellow, green, blue, and it ends with purple. So if you have one of those reversible cards, you might actually have a green and a blue depicted, but when you flip it over, it becomes a yellow and a green. And so it just gives you that much more flexibility. So when you purchase the card, you always know what's going to be on the other side, but there's just that little bit of give, that leeway of now, how can I strategize to get this particular card to add it to my space, but knowing it could be either yellow or it could be blue, the green one is always going to be there, and that gives you so much really, really cool choice. So I think the number one coolest feature that Reflections offers are all these new cards, the art cards, and they are reversible. You turn it over and it has something different on the other side, color-wise, which matches the color scheme that's always consistent. Ooh, it's just so cool. The last thing that this new game offers is a brand new board, which allows you to place all the ribbons in the right places, and it allows you to put out your goal cards at the top. But more importantly, it has now more choice of the art cards, and they come out in twos, and you have essentially 2 rows of 4. And if you want to take the card that's furthest away from the box, which keeps all the cards secret, you know, that one was always free. It is, it's still free, but now you have a choice between 2 cards to take for free instead of just 1 card, because every time you want to take a card that goes closer and closer to the box, you have to pay one of your art palettes, one of those inspiration tokens. And if you do, then you can take further away cards. Well, here you get a choice of 2 cards for free, but if you want to take a card that's in the second column, you have to place 1 of your inspiration tokens on the top card and 1 on the bottom card in the column that's before it. So it's that very first column. And then you could take 1 of 2 cards in the second column. So you're getting, again, more choice and I guess more bang for your buck. So there are 2 really cool strategic choices that Reflections offers that the base game doesn't. And that is, again, cards are reversible. They are mirror images. You flip them over and they have the same symbols, but those color swatches might be different. And then, of course, you have that choice now with the cards. And you just slide them out of the box and down into the bottom row or up into the top row, and you slide cards down that way. So, of course, the new cards that come out, everyone wants them, but they're really far away. So theoretically, if you want a card that just came out of the box, you would have to pay 6 inspiration tokens. 2 in the first column, 1 on each card. 2 in the second column, 1 on each card. And then 2 in the third column, 1 on each card to take one of the 2 that's in that fourth column. Now, the great thing about this is that players actually start with 6 inspiration tokens in the Reflections expansion. So it is possible that you can have those 6, and you can also be collecting the ones that other players put down on art cards as you take them, because they are maybe easier to get to, or they just work for your game. So I am just going to say, hands down, there are some fantastic new things that Reflections offers players, and I think that choice makes the game just a little bit juicier, a little bit meatier. You can really go, just like get your little, you can just grab it, and hold on to it. And I think it is cool because the game is still the same. Take a card or create a piece of artwork by putting 3 of those art transparencies into a slide and then displaying it for up to 4 of those colored ribbons, and you might also get the silver ones, and you might also get those sweet, sweet gold ones that are just in Reflections. Now, because I have both of these games, and they're cool boxes, and they're beautiful to look at and to play and share, I am definitely looking forward to finishing my collection with finishing touches so that I can have the triptych. I can have all 3 of these beautiful canvas games with their expansions. But the cool thing that I think Finishing Touches adds, which is again that second expansion coming out this fall, is that they have a frame option. Now, the frame option, I think, as far as I can tell, based on the descriptions I'm seeing online, is that there's yet another vying goal. People are really kind of going after this because it seems like kind of the first player is going to achieve this particular goal, or at the end there's going to be essentially a bid off of how many players have achieved a certain particular goal that allows their artwork to be framed and of course give you more victory points. This feature, this framing feature, which of course players are really competing over, absolutely entails a new ribbon, which of course we weren't, surprised by that at all because we got the gold ones. Well, guess what? Now we've got platinum ribbons, and these are the ribbons that are associated with the framing challenge that comes with Finishing Touches. And much like in our second Reflections, they added more of those objective or scoring cards. there are going to be more of those scoring cards included with finishing touches. So I really can't wait to see this third iteration or the second expansion to Canvas, the base game. So wow, loads of cool stuff. I'm going to have all the links in the description below so you can check out all these games at BGG and of course at that Kickstarter campaign coming for Finishing Touches, that third box, which if you're like me, it's always nice to complete a set and to have just something really cool and super souped up, which I kind of like because this game is all about artwork, and not only does it do it in mechanics, it does it with the actual components and the box art as well. A wholly satisfying game that I am looking forward to getting on the table more and more and more as the fall comes. All right, everybody, thanks so much for staying tuned to my deep dive into reflections and what I'm looking forward to with Finishing Touches in Canvas. All right, I'll see you later. Bye!